Hi, welcome to Bedtime Terror, the show where I watch a scary movie before bed and let you know how I think I'm going to sleep. My name is Bobby, and to wrap up this spooky season, tonight's review is going to be on the 2015 movie Gravy. Let's get into it. So, Gravy is a horror comedy, and it is about a staff at a cantina who is closing up for the night. And it happens to be Halloween. They're all, closing up, getting ready to go their ways to celebrate when they are soon held captive by a trio of cannibals, and they're not there for money and they're not there for the nachos. So that's pretty much the gist of this movie. So I will say, this movie I thought was going to be, when I saw the premise of it, and I was actually pleasantly surprised by the cast because opens to Sarah Silverman, who I'm not the biggest fan of her. I don't really find her that funny, but like she is comedic and she's a very notable name. So I was like, oh cool! Like they managed to get her to make a cameo and appear in this movie. That's awesome. Um, and we also see Gabrielle Sidibe very soon afterwards too. So I was like, oh wow! Like I was expecting to have a really solid cast. Um, as you can see, though, our trio of Campbells. If one of those faces looks familiar to you as a McBoyle from one of the McPoyles from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you are correct. That is him, and in this movie, he seems to be channeling his best Dennis Reynolds impersonation. Like, if one of the McPoyles had to, try to emulate Dennis for a day, this is like a, cannibal Dennis, which, I mean, if you watch the show, I guess can't necessarily rule that out. Then, yeah, like, it felt like that's what he was trying to be in this movie. And if you notice, the guy who plays his brother in this movie looks like a poor man's Charlie Day. I call him Chucky Knight because, like, definitely instantly was like, okay, so I guess they can afford Charlie Day and they got this guy. Which then leaves, you know, uh, the McPoyle brothers' love interest, who kind of seems like a variation of Sweet D, but somehow even more bigoted and racist, and even more unlikable with a pretentious British accent. And I just didn't. I mean, I get it. They are our antagonists in the movie. They're cannibals, but they just in no means whatsoever were it likable. Um, but I can even say that about our victims, about the people that were, being held captive and being cooked and eaten. Like, they weren't either. Um, and then the jokes, like, I feel like these were jokes that I should find funny, but I didn't. Something about them, they just weren't clicking and hitting for me. Everything about this movie felt like I should, like, on paper, I was like, oh yeah, this is this movie's right up my alley. And then we got into it, and it was just not the business whatsoever. And it's not even that long, it's only an hour and a half. Everything about it just didn't seem to click. Like, the humor was there, but it wasn't funny. There's definitely blood and gore, but it wasn't scary. None of it really meshed or gelled well. Like, and it just really is just odd because I was like, the jokes, I get them, and they seem like the kind of jokes that I should find funny, but for some reason, I'm not laughing. Um, so, with that in mind, on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to give it a 2. Maybe you'll find it funnier. Maybe it's more year type of sense of humor. Um, but it's a no go for me. So yeah, and I don't think I'm going to have issues sleeping tonight whatsoever. It's just, like I said, really kind of upsetting because I had high hopes for this movie. But if you like to give it a go yourself, the link will be in the description down below, completely free and without ads for you to watch here on YouTube. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know so far of the playlist of all the movies I reviewed this spooky season. Which ones are you planning to watch for Halloween? Which ones caught your attention? Have you watched any yet? Heard of any? Which are going to be a hard, solid pass for you? Totally would love to hear what your holiday plans are, and hopefully this channel is part of them. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate your eyes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a safe, spooky Halloween, and until next time, sleep time.